Hello babes and welcome back to my channel, and yes, I did cut off my hair. So we're just like the cat's out of the bag, like the elephant in the room. Lots of animals going on here. I cut off my hair because I was sick of it. It was long, it was annoying. I don't really even like, I like the idea of having long hair, but then actually having long hair, not so much. And because my hair is so straight, it also like just gets like no shape whatsoever, so I cut off quite a bit. I almost cut it to my ears, trying to look in the viewfinder, and I am really liking it. I'm probably gonna have it behind my ears because that's how I like having it, but yeah. I cut off my hair. I did it actually this morning, and I always pre-film everything for the next week before, like I pre-film a lot, that's what I'm trying to say. So next week you're going to see me with long hair again. So all the videos during next week is going to be with long hair, but then on the weekend, like from next Sunday and forward, it's going to be with the new hair. Just letting you know how it is. So yeah, I did cut off my hair. I'm not that sentimental when it comes to hair. My hair grows back really fast, and it's just hair, it grows back. So really liking it, and it's been hot in Sweden. I wish I cut it off before because it's been so hot. I also did film this look, and that is coming then not this week but the week after because it's with the short hair. So let's just get into the new makeup releases going on the wish list or not, where I discuss new makeup releases that has been announced or released this week that has been since last Sunday, and I discuss whether or not I am interested in picking these up. These are my personal opinions, how I feel about makeup releases. It is a mix of an anti-haul and a wish list video, and I got this idea from Samantha March Will I Buy It series. I will leave her channel and the community playlist that she created for everybody doing these kind of videos down below if you want to check out more videos like these. This is me telling you about new makeup, and if you are not agreeing with me, if you want to pick up something that I don't want to pick up, or if you do not want to pick up something that I do want to pick up, let me know down in the comments. I love having a discussion. We are allowed to not share opinions of stuff because even the bestest of friends can have different opinions on stuff. Believe me, my best friend and I, we have so different opinions when it comes to makeup. It is ridiculous. So let's just get into it by talking first about like the big announcement that was this week, and I feel like Kylie Cosmetics is getting to be the new ColourPop. Sounds like Santa's deers are jingling by outside, but she's like releasing stuff all the time, and I'm just gonna scooch to the side. She is releasing her 21st birthday Imogenation collection, and first I saw this palette, I was like, oh, Born to Run in a different editing, and no it isn't, it's her palette. And okay, the Born to Run palette and this one has a lot of similarities to it. I would say the difference is that this one is more pinky purple than that one is, and the Born to Run has more shimmers that are colorful than this one has. Personally, I would prefer the Kylie Cosmetics palette because it has more colorful mattes, and the Born to Run actually only has like 2 colorful mattes, and I want more variety in a big palette like that. The biggest reason why I'm not picking this up is because it's so big. What is going on? Everybody else is moving on towards smaller palettes except Kylie. And let's be honest, Urban Decay, they're like, oh, we had small palettes, boo, we're over that, and they're coming out with these table size like palettes, and they're so expensive. I think this palette is over $50, and I don't like, it was okay when Morphe was coming out with these really big palettes because there was still like $20 and people were like, I use half of it, who cares? But this, I think that this color scheme is fun with the blue, the pink, and the purple. She should have kept that color scheme but just made it more like a 12-pan or a 9-pan palette. I think that would have been better because I do like this color scheme. I'm not interested in picking up any of her palettes right now. I'm not interested in picking up anything Kylie, although I will say that other things from this collection, like the lipsticks and that liquid lipstick in the shade, let me see if I can put some other things up here so you can see. There is a liquid lipstick in the name of I knew I had it because there is there is a set, and one of the new colors in the set is called Queen. It is that terracotta brown, almost clay color that I love. So I am That one, can somebody tell me a dupe of that one? Because I really would like that. I also like that the lipsticks has different colored packaging. First, when I saw this picture with the lipsticks, I was like, what is going on with people today? I was like, are these highlighter pens? And it was lipsticks on the side, and I just it didn't connect with me. But yeah, it's lipsticks, and I mean, all of these things look pretty. The only thing that's like different, there's also less liquid eyeshadows and highlighter, and it's just like she's coming out with too many things and they're too similar. How many pinky red nude shades does she have for lips in her collection right now, between the lipsticks, the glosses, and the liquid lipsticks? I mean, 60? Like, there's just too much, there are too many, and I'm not picking anything of this up. I do think that the one that I talked about, the, what was it called, Queen? Was it called Queen? Yeah, the Queen one, that is the only thing that I'm like, I saw it and I was like, ooh, I'd like that. I really like that, but I'm sure I have something similar, and if somebody were to dupe it, which I hope they will, I would probably find something similar within my collection. The palette had potential, but when palettes are that big and they're like $50, I don't, there's like a limit for me. When things are $50 and more, and with me paying shipping and taxes as well, it's just like, it's too much money, and it's too much money for someone who already has so much makeup as I have, because I'm looking around and I have so much makeup that I already like, and it's just, I want to buy small palettes. I want to buy like 6-pan palettes. Can we have more 6-pan palettes? I'd love that. So yeah, I'm skipping everything in this collection. Let me know how you feel about this collection, because I just feel like there's been too many collections lately that's just, it's too much. Let me talk about Makeup Revolution has been on a collab train lately, and now they are releasing 2 more collab palettes, or is it 3? One, I think one might be a highlighter palette as well. Let me just talk about the 2 eyeshadow palettes. You know what? I'm gonna put both of them up here. One is with Makeup Revolution and Kisu, which is a German makeup YouTuber, and the other one is with another German YouTuber, and her name is, wait, I have it somewhere here. Oh yeah, this is the palette that was an highlighter palette. It's a contour, bronze, and highlighter palette, and an eyeshadow palette with Imogenation. Play with words, I like that. I think she is a German beauty YouTuber as well. I could be wrong. Maybe not. Maybe she is from England. I don't know. I'm sorry. She's probably from England. I'm confused. Anyways, both of these palettes, this is the thing. When people are doing collaborations like this, you better hope that they have a super strong like fan base, because these palettes, neither of these 2 palettes are bringing anything new to the table. They are literally both of them are literally a very neutral, warm eyeshadow palette with one single pop of blue. Like, they better have super loyal fan bases, because at this point I don't see anyone else buying this palette. And I'm not trying to be like rude or harsh or critical, but I do want to be like honest with you. And if I made a collaboration, I would never want people to just talk it up just because. I wanted people to be honest, and we've seen this. And maybe this really represents both of their taste in makeup, and maybe they have a loyal fan base that really wants to buy this and really wants to own this. But me, a person who is not part of their loyal fan base, because I am sorry, I didn't even know who these people were, probably because this is the color scheme that they are using, and I'm not that much into neutral colors. It looks beautiful on others, but personally I like YouTubers that can do both. I like YouTubers that can do both neutral and colorful, and personally I never did neutral, so I should take lessons in this as well, because I never switch it up. But this isn't making me want to be like follow them or like find them on YouTube, and it's probably super affordable. If I find the prices, I will put it down below. Yeah, it's just I don't really understand. I think that's it. I don't understand. Like, this is where we're at right now with collaborations. I love that brands are listening to people. There are like influencers that influence people and listen to them and try to catch what the audience really wants. But is this what the audience really wants? And released at the same time? Because for me, a non-neutral lover, I feel like this is the same thing. I might be wrong, and they might have a very young, loyal fan base who doesn't use that much makeup yet, and maybe getting something like this as a good started up palette might make a lot of sense. Like, obviously this palette isn't targeted towards me, and hence why I'm not like feeling drawn to it, so I'm not gonna pick it up. Let's talk about something else that I might have picked up if not for certain reasons. This is the Smashbox new cover shot palette, Sunlit Yellow. Looks very beautiful. It's like a condensed subculture palette. I bought the there's gonna be a haul coming up on my channel. I'm just waiting for an order from US, and once that arrives, I'm gonna have a July haul. It's gonna be delayed, I'm sorry about that, but it's coming. And I'm gonna show you the Smashbox Pinks and Palms palette that I actually did end up picking up because it came to Sweden. I don't hate the palette, but the quality isn't amazing. It really isn't. It's like an okay palette, and it's not affordable enough for me to pick up an okay palette. And I love small palettes. I love small palettes. I've talked about this so much. I really think the Smashbox should stop releasing this series and rework the palettes, because they could do it. They could come up with better things like this. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. So I'm not gonna pick this up because I'm afraid it's gonna be the same quality, and it's not bad, it's just not good either. It's very okay. Like, so if this was like something you would buy at Dollar Tree, I would be it's okay, but it's Smashbox. They should be able to do better than that, so I'm not gonna pick that up for that reason. I do like the color story though. Let's talk about something that I am very intrigued by, and that is the new Blush Tribe Fall palette. She sneak peeked this picture right here, and I will also put the cover of the palette here because she is putting two influencers on the cover, which I think is really pretty. This is a work in progress. I've talked with her a bit. Salma and I do talk on social media. She is a very sweet person. I actually have a code with Blush Tribe, so I am affiliated with them. But I'm just so intrigued with her color stories and the way that she listens to consumers, the way that she handles constructive criticism, and I'm just very impressed with the brand and impressed with the owner. And she might do some tweaks to this color scheme. I already talked with her, and she's given me some things like that she's thinking about, so this isn't written in stone, but this is a general idea of how the color story for her fall palette is gonna look like, and I'm very excited. I love her formula, I love her ideas, I love her color stories, so I am intrigued by this palette, and I am most probably gonna be playing with this on my channel, so keep your eyes open for that. And she does not have a release date yet, although the Hasina 2 palette, if you're interested in that, it's shipping mid-August, so if you wanted to pick that up, shipping is coming up. So if you are not that into pre-sales, it is actually shipping mid-August, so this could be a good time for you to order that if you were interested in picking that one up. Let me also talk about something else that I'm really intrigued by, and that is the new colors by Jouer. I love Jouer. I love Jouer as a brand. I love Jouer, like the aesthetics, the components. I love that they are like muted colors, because they're not like super colorful, but still they're releasing this, and it's, let's be fair, only one nude and one goldy gloss. So there's two glosses. There's this purple gloss and a goldy gloss, and then there's 4 liquid lipsticks, one being a rosy metallic, and then 3 like pinky burgundy matte shades. I really want to pick up the one that's called Aubergine, because it is that like darker purple thing, and Jouer always comes to both Beauty Bay and Cult Beauty, and I really like shopping at both those places, so I'm probably gonna pick that one up. Oh, also there was a highlighter in the new Kylie collection that's called, what is it called? Ah, it was like a goldy peach one, and let me see if I can get this. Stop it. Stop it. I'm terrible at this down. And as soon as I saw that highlight, I was like, this looks exactly like Jouer Rose Gold, because it is that pinky gold duochrome highlighter. This is beautiful if you are not... This will not work on a pale skin tone unless you want to use it as a blush topper, but that is the same with the Kylie highlighters, to be honest, because it probably has a bit of a colored base. This is absolutely stunning if you're looking for that goldy peach. So if you were looking at the Kylie highlighter and you didn't want to support Kylie, or you didn't want to order from them, this Jouer highlighter in rose gold seems to be a dupe for that shade. I'm just, while we're talking about Jouer, and I do really like the formula of Jouer, I also love the new highlighter in Celestial, which is this pinky one here. I talked about this before as well. It's really beautiful. So yeah, just wanted to sneak that in there. I really hope that Jouer comes out with more eyeshadow palettes, because so far they haven't had a matte formula that had a color scheme that I was interested in. I did buy the all shimmer palette, and that is a beautiful palette, but I would love to have some Jouer mattes to match that with. So I really hope that they come out with that. Trying to blend this. I really hope that they come up with that this autumn. I'm keeping my eyes open, but I'm picking up that aubergine color. I'm really excited actually. Let me talk about something that I've been tagged in a lot, but I'm not interested in buying. And when you see this, you'll probably be like, why? This seems like so up your alley. And that is the Take Me Back to Brazil shimmer palette, Rio edition. It's an all shimmer palette that is like the sister palette to the all matte palette. And the thing is, and I saw swatch, I'm gonna put up so you can see the swatches as well. I think the 2 highlighter colors at the bottom seem amazing, like they seem so nice, but all of those shimmers, some of them are so similar. And when it comes to mattes and being similar, you can still build them and create gradients, but you don't do that with shimmers. So I actually think that this would have been so much better off being a smaller palette. I feel like a broken record, but there's just too many similar shimmers that are not gonna look that different on your eyes, and I just feel like I get it. Like they have an idea with the Take Me Back to Brazil palette, which was a very neon-y matte palette, and people are loving that, and they're probably like, let's get some more money out of this and put out a shimmer palette to mix with it. But there's just too many similar colors, and I'm not interested in this. If this was 8 or 9 colors, and then those 2 metallic highlighter colors without the black at the bottom, I would have picked it up. Now, I don't want to. But if you do not have any shimmery, colorful shadows, and this is your first one, it's $18, so it's not a bad price at all, but I just know I wouldn't use this. It's just too big. Let me talk about something that I actually saw this morning. Makeup Geek is coming out with a new eyeshadow palette in Pumpkin Spice, launching this fall. And I actually think that this is a fun palette. If you are into neutral colors and you don't want to venture into super bright colors, but you still want to dip your toes, Makeup Geek has amazing quality. I really still love the Makeup Geek shadows, and this is coming in September, and it's like a rosy aubergine. It's even got something that seems like a muted plum and then a gold. This is the perfect companion palette with all brown eyeshadow palettes if you just want to sneak in a little bit of color but still want to keep it neutral, because you're gonna get a pinky mauvey rusty tone with this, but it's not orange, and I like that because it's so obvious to go orange for fall, and I like that it's not orange. Makeup Geek is not super affordable. There's a lot of other brands right now that are super affordable, but if you want to get something that's good quality, I like supporting Makeup Geek as well, because I really like Marlena. She also came out with some new eyeshadows. I'm not going to pick this up, by the way, the one that I talked about before, because I already have similar shades like that, but I do think it's a nice palette, and it's a bit unique because it's not an orangey brown for fall. They actually, like, Ninja released 4 new eyeshadows, 4 new singles, and it's like a green, like it's not a mint green, it's like a light green matte, a peachy matte, and then a pink shimmer and a dark blue shimmer, which seems to be a dark blue in the pan, but I don't know how it is. Yeah, it's a dark blue shimmer. These shadows look very pretty. I might see myself picking up the green and the blue if I make an order from Makeup Geek, because I think that they look really pretty, and I am excited that they are releasing some new shades. And I'm also excited to see brands making a new release, and it doesn't have to be 20 items. It's okay to just release 1 to 5. It's fine, it's okay. It doesn't have to be a zillion. It can just be a couple. And I am excited to see that. And I wish more brands would follow, because I just can't stand those super big, large collections that are being released like 10 times a year. Slow down. This is nice. If you like Makeup Geek and if you want to ordering all 4 shades and getting all of the news, it's not even hard. It's not even that expensive. I'm excited for this. I think this is cool. I'm not gonna make a separate order just to order these, but I don't think it's a bad idea. What else do I have to talk about? Ooh, let me talk about this. Speaking of smaller things, I like highlighter palettes if you like all the shades in the palette, but normally you don't. I bought this palette. Is it this one? Yeah. It's the Anastasia Dream palette, and I like all 6 shades in this palette. I like the color of all 6 shades, and they all work on my skin tone, and I pretty much knew that ordering it. But most of the time when you see an highlighter palette, you're like, I'm only going to be able to use these shades, and then the other ones I can use as eyeshadows. We never do that. We never do that. I never do that. Do you do that? I never do that. So Lovelux Beauty is coming out with highlighter singles. They are already available. They were released today, Saturday. So when you're seeing this Sunday, they're already available. And this is just a very bright duochrome highlighter in a beautiful, like, diamond shaped compact. They are not super affordable. They are $20 each. Lovelux Beauty is an indie brand, but she's not a super affordable indie brand, but the quality is really nice. I actually have her highlight on today from this See Me From Space palette. I have this peachy one here, Heliocentric. That's the one that I have, Heliocentric. Now I got the name. Good name. So I am actually quite interested in this. She's releasing some new shades, and she's re-releasing some older shades that have been in palettes as singles. So if you did not want to pick up a whole palette, you were just interested in one shade, you can pick up just that shade, and you can get it in a nice compact. I love this. I want to see more singles and duos and like trios at most. I'm all about this life. There are some discount codes floating around, and she actually gave me a code a while back, and I didn't think that it was still active, but it is still active. So if you want to get some percentage off, I will leave that code down below. Don't remember what it is, and I think it's affiliated, but I didn't think it was, but I actually think it is. Sometimes I'm confused. I do think it's affiliated. I will leave the code down below. I don't know if she has any non-affiliated codes, but if you're interested, I love the compact. I might pick some of these up. She has one that's called Icing on the Cake that I was so interested in getting when it was in a palette, or was it just in a single too with magnetic. So I might end up picking that one up because I think it looks very pretty. What else do we have to talk about? There's another neutral palette being released that I'm also not super against, and it is the Kylie Cosmetics is releasing a new minimalist palette. They did have one before that was all brown, and now they're releasing one that is a mauve toned. I think that this looks very pretty. It is basically three mauves, a powdery pink, and a dark plummy brown. I think this is nice. I'm not gonna buy it because I don't need these shades, but it's just like, if you want to have something to mix all of those, I talked about this before with the Marvelous Mauves. If you have a lot of warm neutral palettes and you want to... battery died, but I was talking about this with the Marvelous Mauves as well. If you have a lot of warm neutral palettes with like pops of color and you want to match those with new colors, but you don't want to buy like a full new palette, getting something like this that's like all mauve mattes. It's the same with this Elsie palette. You can get a new way of using those pops of colors with mauves in your crease instead, and I think that this Elsie palette fits the same thing. Also, if you're liking neutrals but you want them to be more rosy toned or like cool toned, these aren't necessarily cool toned, but you want to have something else than those warm orangey ones, I think that this makes a lot of sense. I think Elsie is a bit of an expensive brand though, so if you have a lot of makeup, I don't think that this palette makes a lot of sense. You probably already own shades like this, but if you are like, I want to have something for the office, I don't want to buy a big palette, I don't experiment that much with makeup, or I don't have a lot of mauves and I want to have some mauves to bring into the colors that I already have, I think that this palette makes sense. Otherwise, I would just skip it because you probably already own it. But that's my opinion on this palette, and if I find the price, I will put it down below. Also, another neutral palette that has been announced this week is the new Natasha Denona Camel palette. It is launching August 10th, which is very soon. This is not one of those mini palettes for like 25. This is one of her 5-pan palettes, the ones that look like this. I have the older packaging with the like brush, place for a brush at the end. This one does not have that, but they are this size. So the eyeshadows are full size and the palette is $48. This is a perfect palette if you wear makeup to work and you want to have like the same look every day. You don't experiment with color, you just want to get something that works, that you can do the same consistent look with every day and then go out and just feel like yourself, but you don't want to experiment with colors. This is basically 3 browns, a bone colored highlighting shade, and a neutrally bronzy gold. If that's what you need, if you need that palette that you only want one palette and you want to make the same look all the time, this is probably a great buy because it's probably good quality. If you already have a lot of makeup, this would be an awful buy. So for me, it makes no sense. I already have colors like this and I never wear the same color, like the same look twice. So like, you need to look to yourself and be like, would this palette make sense to me? For me, it makes no sense and there's no way in hell I'm getting it. But I do get that it fills a purpose for some people, but for me, it's just an absolute snooze pill. I'm not getting it, but I totally get why someone would get it. But I don't think that you should get it if you already have a bunch of makeup, because you probably already own these colors and it would be unnecessary for you to buy dupes. Let's be honest here. These are not revolutionary colors. And it's the same with the Elsie one. Like, let's be honest, maybe the colors are like in the same place. Maybe if you do your makeup on the way to work, maybe then it makes sense. But yeah, I think that you would have to be a certain type of consumer to make this palette worth it for you. Let me see if there's anything else that I would want to talk about. I've seen some launches for holiday and I just don't want to talk about that yet. I'm sorry, I don't want to talk about it yet. I have seen some news from NYX. I have actually seen a couple of things from NYX, but I'm just gonna show you this that is actually, I think, available. They have launched the Midnight Chaos palette and then some lip glosses, Midnight Chaos lip glosses, and some Midnight Chaos dual-ended eyeliners. I think all of this looks nice, and now my memory card got full and I don't even know where I was, but new try. I was talking about the palette and that it was only $22 and I thought that that was a good deal. Also, the dual-ended eyeliners are only $14 and I think that that's nice for 2 products. The glosses though are $9. I don't know how I feel about that, but I mean, the palette looks nice. It's a mix of mattes and shimmers. It's definitely cool tones with a pop of red, which I think is a very nice combo. I think this looks beautiful. If you don't have anything similar to this, this seems like a fun color story. I am naming this palette a palette with a good color story. I'm not gonna pick it up simply because I have so many new palettes and I have to be reasonable. Why am I so weird? So the dual-ended eyeliners though, might be interested in that. I'm gonna check it out at least, but don't think that this is a bad release. I'm just not gonna pick it up because I don't need anything else. Have I said that I'm gonna pick up anything this week? I don't think so. Yeah, the liquid lipstick from Jouer. Oh yeah, and the Blush Tribe palette, because I just really like Blush Tribe. And it's not going to be available for a bit, so at least I'll have time to play with the things that I already have. I don't know how much longer I want to talk, to be honest, because I've already been talking for forever. I mean, my memory card even got full. Let me talk about one more thing. Do I want to talk about more? Or just one? Oh wait, let me mention this one because I have been tagged in this palette a bunch of times and I want to talk about it. This is the GLF Cosmetics Princess Azteca palette. It is $25.99. I am not getting this because it's so big. This is one of the biggest palettes I've seen in a bit, and it just doesn't excite me. I don't want to get more big palettes. I already have so many big palettes and I really like some of my big palettes, but this one is just too big. But I do think that if you are a neutral lover but you want to get more into color, you will find everything you need here, because it does have some neutral mattes and it has some colorful mattes, it has some neutral shimmers and some colorful shimmers. So you could go either way. You could go all neutral or all colorful, and I do like that variation, but it's just too big. It's too big and I just can't get on board with that. But if you do not mind the super big palette, it's actually quite affordable, and I like the aesthetic of like the packaging and everything. Maybe this is for you. I think it's open for pre-order. I don't think it's available yet, but the pre-order is open, but it's not for me. It's just too big. I just want smaller palettes. Is that too much to ask for? Let me talk about one last thing, and this is something that I am like unexpectedly excited by. And this is the new Becca Cosmetics Becca Skin Love collection. This is like a new collection within their collection with a glow stick, a glow elixir, which I'm guessing is like a primer, and then a new foundation. And the primer is a serum infused Glow Nectar Brightening Hydra Complex. Wow, that's a mouthful. With a blend of natural ingredients, blah, 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 blah. Hydrate and soothe the skin radiance boosting formula. And I think that this seems like a good mix between skincare and primer, which is what I like to have under my makeup. I'm so into skincare primers lately, so I actually might be interested in trying this. I hate dropper primers with a passion though, but maybe. But the foundation is a Skin Love Weightless Blur Foundation, 24 shades, and the spectrum, according to me, seems to be very nice. Personally, I think it's a good like spectrum. 24 shades is not an amazing amount of shades, but that doesn't really bother me if the spectrum is like, there's a good gradient. That's what I'm going for. Weightless, medium buildable foundation with soft matte finish that mimics the look of smooth, healthy skin. So this is what I want. I'm so into medium foundations lately, and maybe you noticed that as well, because my skin has been showing some imperfections, but I like that. I love having a fresh, natural skin and really powerful eyes. That has been my look lately, and I'm really loving it. And this like soft matte finish also seems like something I would like. I don't like a dewy foundation. I hate with a passion when you can feel the foundation on your skin and you touch your skin and it hasn't. Oh, I hate that when foundation rubs off. And for me, I've noticed that all dewy foundations just, they're not transfer proof, and it drives me crazy. So I'm hoping that this will be one of those like natural finish foundations. So this also seems like something that I would really love. Medium, soft matte finish, mimics the look of healthy skin, like feels weightless, looks natural. I actually want to try this, and I haven't been like excited about foundation for a very long time, but I think I'm gonna try this. And then it's the, wait for the name, Glow Glaze Stick. Anybody here wanna rub a glaze stick on their skin? Oh, I feel like I'm gonna get demonetized just by saying that. A universally flattering sheer dewy glow on the skin. I'm guessing it's like a highlighter stick that's like somewhat of those dew sticks that NYX and Ciati had, like just making you look naturally sweaty. It's not really what I'm looking forward to trying. And the glaze stick, I don't know, maybe it's me. It shows me where my thoughts are. But I am actually interested in trying that foundation. I'm already on the wait list on this foundation because it is coming to Cult Beauty. I love that Becca is always launching their stuff on Cult Beauty, if not the same time, almost the same time as it launches it in US and like North America, and I love that. Gives the rest of us the ability to get things at the same times as others, and Cult Beauty does ship worldwide, so I'm so excited by that. If you're ever interested in anything Becca and you don't want to wait until it comes to your Sephora, do check out Cult Beauty because they get Becca the same time, almost at least, as the US does, so I love that. So I'm already on the wait list. I'm super excited to pick this up, and I will, as always, put the details down in the description box because I put a lot of details in the description box. Don't forget to check that out. Next week is gonna be me with long hair. I'm sorry about that, but that's just how I roll on my channel. I try to pre-film as much as possible. I do want to film my July haul, but I'm still waiting for that stupid package, and I blame Swedish Postal Services once again, but it's coming. It's coming, and it's gonna be a lot of products. So you can look forward to a lot of new reviews as well. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching my videos. Don't forget to comment down below how you feel about these new releases. I will have 5 videos next week as well. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss those. And I will see you tomorrow in a new video. Bye!